You're not tired. You just told yourself you are. And the worst part, you believed it. You didn't just wake up tired. You've been tired for years. Tired of pretending, tired of starting over, tired of failing. But you're not tired. You're undisciplined. And if that truth stings, good. That means there's still a part of you left that wants to fight. This isn't about motivation anymore. This is about war. The one inside your own head. Undiscipline rarely screams. It whispers. It tells you it's just one more snooze. It's fine to push that deadline. Everyone's behind on something. Carla was smart, respected. 10 years in logistics. She was the person people came to when things went sideways. Everyone said the same thing. She's got potential. But behind the sharp mind was chaos. She'd hit snooze 3 times every morning. She always promised to catch up, but never quite did. She'd scroll through her phone for 40 minutes, then panic when time ran out. Her excuses sounded like everyone else's. I'm just tired. It's been a crazy week. I'll get it together tomorrow. When the company downsized, she was the first to go, not because she wasn't capable, because she wasn't consistent, because no one could rely on her when it mattered. Undiscipline doesn't show up as failure overnight. It shows up as small cracks until the whole thing breaks. It doesn't just cost you a job, it costs you your name, your momentum, your future. Talent without discipline is wasted. Let me tell you something about your brain. It's not emotional, it's not spiritual, and it sure as hell isn't inspired by your dreams. You can paste affirmations all over your walls. You can journal about your dream life, light candles, repeat mantras. Your brain doesn't care. It doesn't listen to what you wish for. It listens to what you do over and over again. Because your brain is a prediction machine. It calculates your future based on your past, on what you show it daily. If all you feed it is comfort, distraction, delay, then that's what it wires you for. You said this was your year. You said this time would be different. But did your patterns change? Or did you just talk different while living the same? You don't need a bigger dream. You need a tighter routine. Your habits are your heartbeat. They tell your brain who you really are, even when your mouth lies. Rewire your patterns, and your brain will follow. Train your body to move even when it doesn't feel like it. Speak actions, not affirmations. You want the life you keep imagining? Then build the identity that lives like it's already real. Don't chase dreams. Program yourself to become the person who lives them. Comfort never looks like a threat. It looks like peace. It feels deserved. It sounds like, just take it easy. David used to lead, used to create, used to stretch. But one day he told himself, it's fine to rest today, then tomorrow, then the next. One missed day became a pattern. And the pattern became his identity. Comfort didn't crash his life. It drained it, quietly, gently, entirely. He said he was just tired. He said he'd bounce back. But weeks turned into months. And the only thing growing was the gap between who he was and who he promised to become. Comfort didn't just steal his goals, it stole his fight. And no one noticed, because comfort is the enemy you never see coming. Discomfort isn't your punishment. It's your training ground. The pain you choose is better than the pain life gives you for free. Comfort is a liar. It says you've earned a break, when what you've really earned is better. If this message hit home, don't just watch, move with it. Tap like, subscribe, not for us, for you. For the version of you that's done being comfortable. David's life didn't turn around with applause. It didn't happen in a moment of glory. There was no inspiring playlist, no motivational video playing in the background. It began quietly, with a choice no one saw. He opened his eyes one morning, just before 5 a.m., no alarm, no excuses. And for the first time in months, he didn't reach for his phone. He got out of bed. He didn't write a master plan. He didn't tell anyone. He walked into the kitchen, drank a glass of cold water, and stood in silence. And that's where it started. Not with noise, but with a decision. I'm done breaking promises to myself. He made his bed. He stepped outside while it was still dark. The air was cold, his body ached, but he kept walking, and every step was a step away from who he used to be. He didn't call it a comeback, he called it day 1, then came day 2, then day 3. No fireworks, no external reward, just him, showing up. He started doing the work before work, waking up before the sun, saying no to what drained him, saying yes to what stretched him. He didn't wait to feel motivated. He simply showed up, again and again, tired, busy, sore. Still, he showed up. And slowly, things changed. Not overnight, but undeniably. He spoke clearer, moved stronger, became the guy people could count on. He was no longer the man hoping to be rescued. He became the one others looked to for direction. Discipline gave him something comfort never could. Trust in himself, peace in his process, pride without performance. Not because everything got easier, but because he got stronger. David didn't need a new life, he needed a new standard. And discipline, real discipline, was how he rebuilt everything he thought he had lost. Discipline is the quiet decision to become someone you respect. Motivation is like a spark. It burns hot and fast, and then it disappears the moment life gets heavy. You've felt that, haven't you? You got fired up, promised yourself this time would be different. You made the list, bought the journal, even told people about your plan. But 3 days later, you hit the wall, and motivation, as always, gone. Because motivation is a feeling, and feelings lie. They show up when things are convenient, and disappear when things get uncomfortable. But conviction doesn't care how you feel. Conviction doesn't wait for the stars to align. It doesn't ask for your mood's permission. Conviction says, I don't need to feel like it. I do it anyway. Tired. Do it anyway. Uncertain. Do it anyway. Alone. Especially then. Do it anyway. That's what saved David. Not a podcast. Not a quote on his wall. Not some miracle of motivation. It was a simple truth. If he only moved when he felt like it, he'd spend the rest of his life standing still. So he stopped waiting to feel strong and just started acting like someone who was. That's what you need to hear today. You don't need another Monday. You don't need another reset. You don't need to explain to anyone why you've fallen behind. You need a standard, a line you don't cross, and the guts to enforce it. Because the truth no one wants to say out loud is that you're not tired, you're undisciplined. And that can change, not tomorrow, not next year, right now. What happens next? That's on you. You can scroll past this. Forget it, let comfort win again, or you can rise. Conviction is doing what must be done, long after the feeling has left. Zenpex. For those who refuse to negotiate with weakness, if this message stirred something inside you, don't let it fade like every other moment of hype. Tap like, subscribe, not for us, for the version of you that's ready to stop breaking promises to yourself. And if you're ready to take this further, to build the kind of habits that hold when the fire burns out, there's one book I recommend, Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's not about hype. It's not about feeling good. It's about getting better, one small decision at a time. The link is in the first pinned comment below. Grab it, read it, and start showing your brain that this time you mean it.